What's up, everyone? This is Stranger, coach of the Pittsburgh Celestelas, and today is week 1 of the PDPL Draft League, and I'm going to be playing against C-Rad. And you can see here his team on the bottom right, my team on the top right. And this matchup actually feels pretty good for me. My 3 strongest Pokemon in Ogerpon, Sandy Shocks, and Gouging Fire all do really well in his team offensively and defensively. Well, the Sandy Shocks, not so much defensively, but I almost always plan on terastallizing the Sandy Shocks, and with Terra Poison, I should resist a lot of his moves, and offensively with Earth Power, Thunderbolt, and Terra Blast Poison, I hit 10 out of 12 Pokemon for super effective damage. So yeah, the game plan kind of centers around probably leading with Sandy Shocks, going with the Terra right away, and just trying to dish out a bunch of damage early. And then the other main centerpiece for the team this week is going to be the Gouging Fire. So got Heat Crash as the only attack, because that's all it needs. The idea is to set up Sun with either Klefki or Gengar and get the attack boost on Gouging Fire, and yeah, Photosynthesis, Sun boosted, Heat Crash just hits everything for a ton of damage. The only coverage move I even really considered going with was maybe the Stone Edge for Magmar, because I think that's literally the only move I could have added to Gouging Fire that would do more to any of his Pokemon than Heat Crash in the Sun, especially if I Terra Fire as well. And the Terra Fire kind of just makes it so that I can resist Sylveon, and just gives me the damage boost. I just didn't really feel like I needed a defensive Terra type, just considering how his only way of hitting Gouging Fire for super effective damage, stab, is Clodsire. So yeah, same thing with Ogerpon. The only way he has to hit Ogerpon for super effective stab damage is Fletchinder and Clodsire. So again, just super good defensively, just going super bulky to take advantage of that, and basically just plan on spamming Follow Me next to Gouging Fire or Sandy Shocks. And then I have some speed with some strong stabs just in case I need to take a KO with onto like a Urshifu or a Magmar. Obviously Ivy Cudgel outside in the Sun isn't going to really be doing anything, but I feel like I need it just to hit the Magmar, and in case somehow he is able to overwrite the Sun or get Rain up. And then yeah, we got the Klefkis there to basically just set Sun. Also have dual screens. Covert Cloak and Terra Ghost is basically just to make him think that I don't have Covert Cloak, because I don't think I'm going to need to Terra Klefki, and it also gives me a way to switch out of Shadow Tag if he brings the Gothita. And then the Scrafty is max speed, possibly able to outspeed a Rillaboom if it doesn't have too much investment, and get a fake out off before the Rillaboom if needed. And then also just guarantees to outspeed King Gambit. So if I get the Mirror Oob proc, I can KO the King Gambit, can do a ton of damage into Sylveon with Poison Jab, and just generally go fast and hit stuff hard with Scrafty if that comes up. And then Gengar, this is a really interesting set on Gengar, going like max physical defense to survive the Surging Strikes without a boosting item, and then just have, is my Gengar missing a move? Sludge Bomb, Sunny Day, Taunt, and Destiny Bond. So the idea with Destiny Bond is I can click that into King Gambit, and if it goes for Kowtow Cleave, it KOs itself. No, I do have 4 moves on this guy, okay. And then also the Destiny Bond lasts until the following turn, so I can still, if he goes for Sucker Punch the following turn, he also KOs himself. So, and then I can, basically allows me to get a free move off the following turn if he, because he's forced to not click Sucker Punch. And that makes up for the fact that Gengar has absolutely no way of touching King Gambit. I didn't want to run like Focus Blast or something. And yeah, just another way of setting Sun, and then the Rocky Helmet. If I do get Sun up, I could, potentially just tank a Surging Strikes, still have 50% health left, and KO the Urshifu with Sludge Bomb, or even just KO it with, if it Surging Strikes twice in the Sun, it KOs itself. So yeah, that's the team this week. Let's see if Charles is ready to go, and we will get into the battle. Alright, here we go. Just sent over the Terra types. Waiting for Charles. Sent his Terras. This is probably fine, official 1. So the Terra type on Gengar is actually Stellar, even though there's no reason to be Stellar. I only have 1 attack, but that just kind of is to indicate to him that I might be Focus Sash. Usually Stellar is best on Focus Sash, or if not Focus Sash, at least like super offensive with like a Life Orb or something. So yeah, to kind of bait the Surging Strikes into Gengar. And I don't feel like I really need to Terra it for any other reason. So, alright, so we got Terras, we got King Gambit Dark, Urshifu Ground, Sylveon Fairy, Rillaboom Fire, Magmar Dragon, and Clodsire Dragon. So I had a feeling there would be some Dragon Terras. Ground Urshifu is kind of scary, but yeah, Magmar is going to be super difficult. Terra Dragon Magmar, it's going to be super tough to get through. Let's see, so good luck, have fun to C-Rad. And let's get into it. Okay, so the plan is basically to always just lead Sandy Shock's Klefki, and then just have these guys in the back. The Clodsire is obviously a little bit concerning. Yeah, the only way I have to hit it for super effective is the Sandy Shocks, and the that's actually the only mon that Gouging Fire's Heat Crash doesn't do full power damage into, or at least most. King Gambit is 100 base power Heat Crash, and it's only 60 base power into the Clodsire. So yeah, it should still do a decent chunk if I can get the Sun up and potentially get some attack boosts with Dragon Dance. And otherwise, if it Terra Dragons, I'm going to have a hard time hitting it. Klefki's Dazzling Gleam isn't doing anything into it, even if it Terra Dragons. But yeah, this is, I think, still my best bet for game 1. Let's see how it goes. super excited for this first week of PDPL. I'm pretty happy with my prep. I'm just stoked to be back playing some draft league. Okay, so is this just turn 1 Terra Dragon? I mean, obviously need to set up the light screen. Earth Power is still probably my best bet. What is this, Sylveon? Terra Fairy. Okay, so I don't have to worry about like a Terra Blast fire into Klefki. Easiest light screen in my life. Sound effects are super loud. I don't know if I can turn the volume down without turning my voice down. Here's Terra Dragon. Alright, this is gonna be tough to get rid of this Magmar. Okay, it looks like a 3-hit KO, or maybe a 2-hit KO with Dazzling Gleam. Okay. Brick Break. I'm just gonna click that again. Yeah, doesn't do too much damage. Terra Blast here. I wonder if I'm faster than the Sylveon. I'm just clicking light screen again. You can keep clicking Brick Break every turn if he wants. Okay, it does a ton of damage. Okay, I do get okay. This is fine. I mean, ideally would have had Sandy Shucks to deal with whatever's in the back, but I should be able to kind of get Gouging Fire set up a little bit. I think this is a fine opportunity to set up, but honestly, I kind of just want to start doing damage. And I need to get the Sunny Day up. No. If I don't get Sun up, this is a problem. Okay, this is fine. Okay, that should be in range of... Oh, that's a crit. Okay, and I am faster than the Sylveon with Klefki, so the only problem is if I can't afford to get KO'd by I think I just Morning Sun and I'm going to switch out into Ogre Pawn. That way I can preserve the Klefki, get Sun up later, and now I have the opportunity to protect my Gouging Fire. I can also get screens up. Okay, this is fine. He doesn't break, that's the critical thing. It still does a ton of damage. Okay, I don't think Heat Crash KOs though, because I didn't get the Sun up into the Magmar. +1. Heat Crash is only doing 30%. Ah, it's going to be close. Yeah, I don't like this play. I don't mind getting a... this is going to be follow me anyway, though. Yeah, this is fine, though, because it keeps him from getting a free switch into Urshifu. I can just protect, go back out into Klefki. I'm just worried about potentially getting KO'd, Klefki getting KO'd before I can get up Sun. This could be an overheat into Klefki. Okay, this is fine. Oh no, this is not fine. That KOs. Damn it. Alright. And light screen wears off. This is actually looking really bad. Ah, I knew this stupid Magmar was going to be a problem. +1 Heat Crash into Rillaboom, does KO. Okay, what's the last? It is Urshifu. Okay. We can't Terra. I mean, I guess we'll find out if this is Focus Sash, because I just Heat Crash here, and then Wood Hammer here. I guess it could be, if it's Scarf, it would still outspeed my Gouging Fire, but I don't think he can OHKO Gouging Fire. Okay, Heat Crash goes first. scarf. Well, I shouldn't. Sylveon's low enough that I don't KO myself with Woodhammer recoil. Which means I can just double into the Urshifu. So he has to go for close combat into Ogre Pawn, which drops his defenses, which might allow me to 2-hit KO with Heat Crash. Let's see, if he's -1, yeah, Heat Crash. If he's got no bulk, +1 Heat Crash should 2-hit KO. He's also got a close combat again, so he'll be -2 on the next Heat Crash, so that should definitely KO. Oh yeah, easy. Okay, I just have to survive a close combat from 100 and from mostly full. Yeah, that should be no problem. No crit. I don't think a crit would have KO'd anyway. All right, good game 1. How do we approach game 2? Let's see. Oh, I forgot to leave my camera on. So, yeah, how does he adapt? I mean, the Magmar Sylveon lead was really tough to break through. He might do that again. Maybe just try to play it differently. Put the Mons in the back. How do I take out that stupid Magmar sooner? I guess I could just lead with Gengar and taunt the Magmar. Allow me to resist a, how much was that Sylveon doing with a Hyper Voice? It was not, I mean, even with Light Screen up into Gouging Fire, it was doing like almost 50%. I think that's Spec Sylveon. I probably should pay more attention to those damage rolls. So Spec Sylveon into Gengar, still potentially a 2-hit KO. So, but at least I can. Do I want to lead Sandy Shocks? Yeah, the problem is if I lead Sandy Shock's Gengar, his Scarf Urshifu outspeeds both and can Surging Strikes into Sandy Shocks before I can get a Sunny Day up. But this allows me to Sunny Day and just gotta break through that stupid Magmar. What's doing more to Magmar? Life Orb, Earth Power into Terra Dragon. It's doing 36%, and then Heat Crash in the Sun is actually doing. Oh no, sorry, I clicked the wrong. So Terra Dragon, running out of time. Earth Power's doing 37%. Heat Crash and the Sun's doing 38%. I could just lead Gouging. I think this is fine though. He might switch it up. Sandy Shocks is just good into everything. Yeah, same lead. I don't see any reason not to set up light screen. He could brick break, but if he brick breaks, that means he's not clicking overheat into Klefki. Okay, Terra Poison, Earth Power, into Magmar, light screen. Just running it back. I wouldn't even mind if this is Sylveon, not Magmar again. Hopefully it's just follow me. Be best case scenario. No, it's brick break. Okay. I did less than the first time. Oh, the special defense drop is huge. It's overheat. Okay. That's great. God, that does so much damage. Crit on Klefki too. Son of a bitch. Alright. Do I live a... I don't live another I don't live another Hyper Voice if he goes for Brick Break. So why don't I just protect Dazzling Gleam? Okay. Klefki survives the turn, that's a big thing. And I'm Covert Cloak. Do 0 damage. Not thrilled to be taking another Hyper Voice. Klefki. Wonder if it's worth trying to save Sandy Shocks. I could just switch in Gouging Fire. Go for Reflect. I feel like I just really need to get Sun up. I don't want to gamble with potentially losing Klefki to double up. I'm getting Sun up. so much damage. It's definitely specs. Okay. So he can't Terra Sylveon, he can't protect Sylveon. So this is a free KO, 100% of the time. There's no way Sylveon lives a Heat Crash in the sun. He might switch into Rillaboom or into Urshifu or Magmar, that's fine. If he switches into Magmar, I can double it up with a Dazzling Gleam, or I can just get up my Reflect right now. Yeah, I don't want to die to a high horsepower. Okay, I'm faster than Rillaboom. Okay, no crit. It's great. Citrus plus Grassy Terrain should put me out of range of a Surging Strikes in the sun. I mean, Surging Strikes is doing nothing. Close Combat does 50%, so I should be out of range of that, and I can go ahead and set up a Reflect. Oh, I already have a Reflect up. Something's missing here. There's no way Close Combat does that little. Okay, search for that. So I have Reflect up. One more turn of Light Screen. 3 more turns of Sun. Do I want to preserve the Klefki to potentially get Sun up later? That might have been smart. Okay, he drops his defenses, so this Dazzling Gleam is going to do a ton. God, this Gouging Fire is so good in this matchup. This is absurd. Single target, minus just KOs. Alright. Yeah, let's go Klefki. Oh, with a crit. Good job, Klefki. Alright, and it's just Magmar left. I don't think Magmar is going to be taking out this Gouging Fire, so maybe we even get the final KO with Klefki. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this game 2 played out. I still had Sandy Shocks in the back too, so I had a way to outspeed and KO the Urshifu as long as Sun was still up. Because I have Speed Booster, Sandy Shocks with enough speed to outspeed Jolly Scarf Urshifu. Do I have Morning Sun just to like... No, let's just get this over with. I guess I'll switch in Ogerpon just to save the Klefki. See how much this does. Yeah, that's so much. That's a lot too. Yeah, and then I'm definitely giving this last KO to Gouging Fire. You earned it, buddy. Oh, I forgot to nickname my Pokemon this week. Yeah, so this worked out pretty much as well as I could have hoped. The games lasted a lot longer than I thought they would or hoped they would. I was thinking I could like set Sun on turn 1 with Klefki and then just absolutely tear through everything with Sandy Shocks and Gouging Fire, but it required quite a bit more positioning than that, which isn't surprising. I mean, Charles is a really good player and a really creative team builder in draft, so I knew he was going to have some kind of text that we're going to throw off my game plan. The Brick Break Magmar was obviously super nice. I'm surprised he didn't go for that some more in game 2. Just being able to clear the screens and just get one powerful Hyper Voice off would have probably made it a lot more difficult for Sandy Shocks to do as much as it did. And then it just forces me to continue to click Light Screen instead of spreading damage with Dazzling Gleam or getting up my other screens. So, or obviously the Sun, which you didn't know about at the point. But yeah, overall, really happy with the way that went. Happy with the way I played, especially in game 2. Game 1, I think maybe I just needed to preserve the Sandy Shocks. Might have given me a kind of a cleaner end game into the Urshifu, but yeah. Anyway, GG's to Charles, and good luck the rest of the season, and we'll see y'all next week.